test. Welcome everyone on the press conference before OKTAGON 66. Right now is the first tournament of the year. We are in Germany, Düsseldorf. Tomorrow is waiting on us. Full sold out arena, PSD Bank Dome here in Düsseldorf, waiting for these heroes. So we will make 2 rounds of press conference. This is the first round. Will take around 20 or 30 minutes, and then we will change the setup, bring another part of the fight card. You can ask questions, and then we will do the stare downs. So, first question.
Sino Hunter Talk. Erste Frage an Tamerlan Dulatov. Tamerlan,
the first question for Dulatov. Tomorrow it's your debut here at OKTAGON. It's your hometown here in Düsseldorf. You haven't known your opponent for a while, so how do you feel now?
Erstmal guten Tag zusammen, danke, dass ihr alle gekommen seid. Ich fühle mich sehr, sehr gut.
Thank you for coming today. I feel very good. I'm really happy. I'm happy that I managed to get an opponent. I'm happy that they accepted. And I'm happy that it's someone who knows how good I am, how fit I am. I've had a very intense training session in the past, so it's been worth it. I'm happy that I can show what I got here in my hometown. I'm happy. The second question, how happy are you for your support? I know that we know that both Dulatov brothers are very successful. Your brothers are Islam is in UFC. So how important is their support for you? Honestly, without their support, without everything that I get from my friends, from my family, I wouldn't have the feeling that I do now. So wait for it. Wait for it. You will see me tomorrow. You will see the whole support that I got in the past few weeks. I'm really happy for this. I'm grateful. And the last question. You can watch Islam and you can watch his successes in UFC and what he will achieve. Is it kind of motivation for you? What is your future? Definitely, it is very motivating for me. He's my older brother and he's fighting in the greatest organization in the world, but I'm focusing on the greatest European organization, so I'm really happy to be here at OKTAGON. I want to show everyone what I've got. I want to leave my mark here. I'm not here to make one big trick, but I'm here to take it step by step and get to the top. Of course, UFC is the goal of every MMA fighter who is passionate about MMA, but that's only the question of the future. Question for Akiba. We know what happened in the past in your last match. How do you feel now? How does it feel to be back in OKTAGON? It's a great feeling. I feel great. I'm really happy that I could prepare well. In the past few matches, I always got short notice. I keep practicing, I keep training always, but now it's different. Now I can focus on fighting someone, some specific opponent. And now, until now, it's been very challenging for me, but we've overcome those difficulties, and now I'm really excited about the fun that I'm going to have. And how do you think it's going to end up? Well, we'll see tomorrow. You'll definitely see a great fight. You will see 2 great strikers who will go against each other, and we'll see, but definitely it's going to be amazing. Question for the promoters. So let's look at the doping question and the whole, changing of the matches and suspension. So how did you feel in the past? Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, it was perfect. I love it. Yeah, really. Because you always, have to deal with the problems and teach something about yourself and also about the fighters, about managers around, and about our organization as itself. So I welcome all these problems. But for us, it was not any scandal because we couldn't know it. Yeah, just Monday night and Tuesday through the day, GEMAF sent letters from IMAF, and IMAF got letters from a French organization, you know, really strange. But they didn't said that we have to do something. It was just by ourselves. And also the French guys finally said, okay, this is like this, and we are scared and things like this, because they are threatening us. I don't know how is it possible, but it's like this. Anyway, we did what we will always do. If somebody is under some restrictions and we know about it, we will cancel the fight. But if they can fight, like they said until that time that they can fight, I don't have any jurisdiction how to know, you know. So for us, it was more than welcome, because we are completely on the side of pure MMA, I would say. And all the rest is never easy for these fighters, you know, to change the opponents, because we as a viewers and as a fans, and also as you as a people from news, we always looking on that only from the view that, okay, this fighter is ready, so it's easy to put somebody else into the fight and it's easy to take it. Yeah, because they won't fight and it was agreed already and things like this. But for the fighters, it's not easy, because they are preparing themselves few months exactly for the right opponent. And if the opponent change, the change is for the both fighters. It's not only for one. It's last minute for both of them. And styles always make fights. It's still the rule, yeah? So it's not easy for the fighter who was preparing himself, because he don't know this guy, this Wanderlei Junior or anybody else, for Lom Ali or for Kerim, now Onishchuk, or Horojat or somebody else, you know. So it's not easy for everyone. But we made it. I'm happy. We have 11 fights. Maybe some fighters are even better than the original ones. At least Fight Metrics said it. So it was, I will not lie, it was not completely easy, but it was fun. I enjoyed.
Ich habe gesehen, Hojat Kajevan war ein bisschen enttäuscht, dass nicht ins Main Event gekommen ist. Und
Hojat Kajevan was a little bit disappointed that he didn't get the main event, that he couldn't fight Engisek. Why did you decide for Onishchuk but not Kajevan as Engisek's opponent?
I have to make the decision. For us, Germany against Poland, Onishchuk, it seems to me as a better fight. So, and we got the rules for the first round is that we are picking. So I enjoy myself and my promoter and my matchmakers to pick the fight, to make it, I believe, not easy for Kerim with Onishchuk. It's going to be a hard fight for both fighters. With Hojat would be the same, that's for sure. But Hojat will have his chance, definitely.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Für Git, du hast jetzt den Kampf angenommen, auch mehr oder weniger Short Notice.
A question for Git.
Du hast eine große Chance jetzt.
You accepted a short notice fight. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? You have the chance to defeat one of the greatest German fighters. How did you prepare to fight Dulov in the past weeks?
Actually, I prepared very well and very hard. And when my coach asked me about the fight, I don't think and I don't ask about who. I just said yes because I know myself, and he will not have chance to win. And he have to go actually to the hospital, not to the home, and show the ambulance waiting for him outside.
Tamalan, direkt an dich die Frage. Er sagt, du wirst nicht nach Hause gehen, sondern ins Hotel, ins Krankenhaus.
Well, I'm going to ask Tamerlan Dulatov. He tells you you're going to end up in hospital, so what do you say?
Das respektiere ich erstmal. Ich respektiere ihn sehr dafür, dass diesen Kampf Short Notice angenommen hat.
Well, first things first, I have a huge respect for my opponent as he took this fight short notice. But it was supposed to be a fair fight without any hatred, without any drama. But what he just said, that I'll end up in a hospital, honestly, I'll make sure that he ends up in a hospital. And for me, it's not just words. Well, he said this, he started this. I'm really curious to see him send me to hospital, because it's not going to happen. We will see who will send him to hospital. A question for Akipa. You're back in welter. How difficult was it for you to make weight this time? It was easy. Well, you saw it yourselves. It wasn't that bad. A question for Rafael Federico. Tomorrow you're fighting Daniel Solaya. It's his hometown. It's your first time here at Octagon, your debut. How were the past days here at Octagon? Well, my home came with me. My friends, they will all come today or tomorrow. So it's not just his fans, but also my fans cheering me on. I feel like Octagon is a great organization. I love the attention. I feel that it's amazing that there's that many people here at the press conference, that I can be here as well. It's super professional. I got a full backpack full of merch, full of things. So it's a nice goodie bag to get. It's great. I'm really happy and I'm excited about tomorrow.
Ich mache dann weiter, also Mohamed Sahan, German MMA 5. Ich fange links an, Daniel Solaya, du trittst gegen Rafael Federico
Daniel Solaya,
an. Du schreibst eine besondere Geschichte.
you're fighting Federico tomorrow.
Das erste Mal überhaupt in der Octagon-Geschichte, dass
You're going to fight at the same event as your brother, and it's the first time that we have two brothers at the same fight card. How does it feel for you to fight at the same event as your brother? Does it feel special? Well, it's not the first time that we share a fight card. It's already happened in the past. Octagon is a huger and more cool organization where it happens. So my fight is happening tomorrow, my brother's fight is happening tomorrow, so we will each do our own job and we will see what happens. We will try to deliver both and we will hope to win and be healthy. A question for Matuszko.
Concurring with Akipa, who has his past, like he fought at Glory, and what do you expect from the fight?
I think it will be a very tough fight in the stand-up. I hope so. It will be in stand-up. And I want to show the Muay Thai is better than K1.
Gia, deine Antwort dazu?
Brother, I also knows how to do elbows, and my elbow is very strong, brother.
We will see tomorrow.
Dann letzte Frage an Tamerlan Dulatov. Tamerlan, bei meinen Umfragen warst du definitiv der Kämpfer, auf den sich die Leute am meisten freuen.
The last question for Dulatov.
Den dritten Kampf am Abend.
I think your fight is maybe one of the most expected ones. It's you sold a lot of tickets and you're the third fight. But at the arena is in the same quarter, in the same district you grew up in. So what does it mean for you? For me, it feels great. I'm super grateful for being here today and for being able to fight tomorrow. If someone asked me, would you be happier to fight in front of 100,000 people than in Düsseldorf? I would say no. No, the best thing to do is to fight here in Düsseldorf, in my district, in my home. So you can definitely look forward to tomorrow. I've never felt anything so deep as now. I'm super awake, I'm really excited, and I'm ready for tomorrow. What I promised will be delivered. I think that you will see very clearly that even though my score is not so high, I only have 1-0, I will be able to deliver a lot.
Otázka na Matouše. Matouši,
A question for
poslední zápas na
Matouš.
Rusku, jaká je tvoje
So the
motivace
last
dál bojovat? Jaký jsou tvoje cíle?
fight, you lost the last fight, so how are your
OKTAGONu
goals for the future?
asi 4., 5. rok.
I think this is my 4th, 5th year in OKTAGON. I'm super happy here still, and my goals are the highest, you know. I wanted to reach 70 title, then I couldn't make it anymore, so then I had to switch to welter. But even though I lost last time, the goal remains the same, step by step, reaching the title fight. And in general, what do you think about fighting here in Germany, so not in your hometown? Does it feel different?
Já musím říct, že asi to jako mi to nevadí.
Well, I have to say, I don't really mind. Well, Prague is Prague, there's my wife, and it's really far away for her to come here. So she's not here, but there's not that much attention and I can be a little bit calmer. You said that you switched to weight categories, so maybe you don't have to cut weight that much. Can we see more clearly today or tomorrow? Last year I had 4 fights, and this is the reason for me being in a welter. I want to be able to fight more often.
I want to ask you, you are apparently the mother of 3. How the kids see your career and you fighting in OKTAGON?
Kann ich auf Deutsch antworten? Or you want me to speak English?
Can I
can talk English.
German?
My kids don't care that much about what I do. They are just supporting me, and my whole family is very sporty, so we're doing great. My son is a very good wrestler. I train often with him, so probably he will be the next star.
How big is MMA in Switzerland? You are the first Swiss in OKTAGON.
And the oldest. Well, that wasn't easy. In Switzerland, I think it's still like kind of a niche sports. So the big sports are skiing and playing tennis, obviously. So it's still a small sport, but it grows.
You've mentioned the age. I didn't want to ask you about it, but is that maybe the good position to be in, that you can own a prize?
I just don't care. I don't care about my age. It's the first time that it's such a big issue, because all the other fights I had, it wasn't ever one time a thing, or nobody asked me about it. I do have a lot of K1 fights, and nobody ever asked, or BJJ, well, you can compete in Master. So I think my category will be Master 4, but I don't care that much. I'm just here for the fun part, right?
How long do you want to have this fun part? You are
Till the wheels fall off. We keep going.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I will just add something to this story, because they sent me your scores. It was 4-3 in last 2 years, and I said, look, yeah, okay, why not? So send it to manager of Sara Smajic, and they said yes. And then we made that fight, and after a couple hours, probably in Czech Republic, somebody said like, yeah, but she's 48 years old, and it started to be some issue in Czech Republic for newspapers. And I says like, come on, guys, like this girl, this ma'am, she's fighting 7 times in last 2 years, and she proved herself, and she's got the history. So let's do it, because it will be completely unfair if I will do anything else than give her the fight. And let's make some records and give Sarah the fight, because she deserves it. That's all. Because every time we listening that age doesn't matter if you still got it. You know, we got one Czech hockey player. Maybe you know the name. His name is Jaromír Jágr. He was the biggest star on the world 25 years ago. Now he's 53 years old, and he still plays the highest league in Czech Republic. He got 3 Stanley Cups, I don't know how many World Championship and all these things, and he still scores. So I believe that that's the right thing. And I'm looking for this fight. And actually, because of your age, everybody is looking for this fight. So in the end, it's quite a story, and hopefully it's going to be a nice fight between you two guys. Sure.
My father last year, he's 55. He had his pro debut and won in the first round. He's sitting right there. Look at him. Andre, you want to sign him? Honestly. It's true. First round finish.
Okay, Manuel von MMA for Fans. Erste Frage geht auch an Daniele. Ja, du hast im Vorfeld nicht so tolle Kommentare gekriegt im Netz, auch auf dein Alter bezogen. Ich würde gern von dir wissen, nimmst du damit was mental mit für
Could you
morgen,
please tell me how you're ready mentally for tomorrow? What are all these comments doing with you? I'm not worried about it at all. I don't care. I don't really care about what people say about me. I only focus on the sport itself. And I think that I can be a good person to look up to for middle-aged women. I know that you're very popular in Switzerland. Really? I didn't know that. And I think it's going to be a great fight. I think you're being underestimated severely because of your age. So thank you very much for that reply. Question for Sarah. You got your fight cancelled. How much are you glad that you finally get to fight and that there will be a fight?
Well, as you can imagine, waiting 2.5 years, you're preparing all the time, and then your own body stops you. It's fucking frustrating, excuse my French. So, you know, I'm so happy to be back in the cage, and I'm so happy to actually do it in Düsseldorf, because I was also training here before in UFD gym. I also know some people from Fight Card, so it's like real nice feeling, like I'm kind of home, you know. So I'm very, very happy just to have a fight.
Thank you. Nächste Frage geht an Daniel Solaya. Daniel, du bist ein Kickboxer. Du triffst morgen auf einen Schwarzgurt BJJ.
Question for Daniel Solaya. You're a kickboxer, you're a BJJ black belt, and you are also a good striker. What's your thoughts about tomorrow's fight, and how did you prep? I prepped as usual. I'll try my luck tomorrow, I guess. That's why I'm here. BJJ is my thing, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Federico, what do you say about this? I think I'll be able to handle this very easily. I'm ready and I'm not scared of anything or anyone. I'm a good striker. I'm also good on the ground, so take it wherever. And I'm also the better fighter. I hope that I am. Last question for Tamerlan Dulatov. We saw a video where your hand was wrapped up. Can you tell us what happened there? When I was prepping for the fight, there were complications, and I don't want to go into detail about this. Tomorrow, I'll just fight 100% no matter any injury. It doesn't matter what happens during training. You don't need to know all the details. You just need to know I'll give it my all. Do you think you'll be disadvantaged because of it? Because your opponent might know what to target. I don't think it really matters. I can finish him in a few seconds, no matter what. I'm 100% ready, and I'll do what I need to do. I have nothing to hide. I'm just gonna walk out there, go into the cage, and give it my all. Question for the promoters. We've talked about the doping. How are you going to approach this in the future? Are there going to be doping tests?
It's still the same, yeah. We are. Yeah, they're saying me what I said. We are under WADA like anybody else, but they are not going to our tournaments because we not pay our own program. To paying our own program, it's not that easy, especially when you are international. It's quite a huge system what you have to build, but definitely it was something what I was always with Paolo trying to achieve, to get a good system what we can have because of the money and everything and organize it. So we believe that from next year we will be ready to start at least something. Yeah, because it's really not that easy. It sounds easy, but it's not that easy.
I know we all see this in the States. It's not easy to handle USADA and some stuff like this. But give us a little bit a deeper look inside. Do you have any plans? Is it still in the working?
Yeah, it's still in the working. Like actually, I'm trying to deal with the. It's really for like 20 minutes talk minimum to go a little bit deep, yeah. But I will short it as I can. I'm trying to make those talks and make it happen. And if we will do it, then we will announce it around the half of the year. Give the fighters half year to be prepared, like everyone does before us. I think it's fair. And then start from 2026. I believe that this is durable, but I don't want to promise it yet. Yeah.
Yeah, last questions.
Okay, Thomas von RTL. Erste Frage an Tamerlan. Tamerlan, du hast eben schon in deinem
Question for Tamerlan.
Statement gesagt, dass man sich darauf freuen kann, wie du morgen in den
We've
Saal,
heard
in
here
die
that we're
Halle
all
gehst.
looking forward to
Hast du
the
dir was
fight
Spezielles,
tomorrow.
überlegt?
We're looking forward to your walkout, but is there any special plan for tomorrow? There will be no costume, I can tell you that. That's not my style. I don't love that. One good friend of mine wrote a song for me to walk out to, so that will be playing when I walk out tomorrow. Other than that, there's nothing special prepped. I'm just looking forward to going out there, going into the cage, feeling the energy, and leaving my all out there.
Noch eine Frage an Daniel.
I'm also looking forward to giving the fans 100%. Question for Daniel Solaya.
Trotzdem, geh doch
You
vielleicht
said
gerne
that
noch mal
this is
darauf
not
ein,
the
wenn du
first
magst,
fight card that you've been
Fight
on with your brother.
unterstützt oder was sagt man sich dann auch in den
Even so,
vor den,
how
vor
do
den
you
Kämpfen?
support each
Kommuniziert ihr
other?
da noch mal miteinander? Was,
Like
unter-
the few minutes
miteinander
before
oder
the fight,
gar
do you
nicht?
talk to each other or not?
Das bleibt ein kleines Geheimnis auf jeden Fall. Jeder zu seiner Sache und sein Ritual.
I'll keep that
Im
a secret.
Endeffekt, hinter den
There
Kulissen
is a
ist
ritual
relativ
that we
ruhig.
have.
Jeder geht für sich ein bisschen nochmal rein. Jeder hat.
But
wie
behind the
gesagt,
scenes,
seine
it's pretty calm.
kleinen Macken, die er macht.
We both keep to ourselves.
So, es bleibt auch ein kleines Geheimnis. Im Endeffekt wird er abliefern, ich
But
werde
I don't want to go
abliefern,
into detail. It'll be our little secret,
auf jeden Fall garantieren wir
and
eine
you'll see tomorrow. But we'll sure give you a
Okay,
great
guys,
show.
so that was it for the first round, and we will now change the setup, and the second part of the conference will start soon.
world champions and their emotional stories. An electric atmosphere. An unforgettable experience. OKTAGON MMA.
Welcome and the second part of the press conference, OKTAGON 66. So let's start with the first question. Go ahead.
Chris, Sport Germany, Frage an die Promoter. Was macht OKTAGON 66 aus eurer Sicht zu einem
A question for the promoters. Why should OKTAGON 66 in Düsseldorf be the highlight of this year?
Definitely, it's the first tournament in this year. It's big. It's a big build-up. A lot of noise before this tournament with some issues. So now everyone is talking about it. And obviously, it's a Tipsport Gamechanger, the biggest European tournament in MMA is starting right here, right now, with the biggest domestic star and our champion, Kerim Engizek, is in the main fight, which make it like definitely one of the best tournaments for the year, like immediately. And also the venue is sold out, which is very special. First time in this arena is OKTAGON, and RTL push this tournament a lot, and we know that now crazy amount of German people will be watching in the whole DACH region this tournament. So I think all eyes on us, I would say, and I believe there will be crazy atmosphere because of these heroes that they will fight there tomorrow.
I would just add like 6. I believe there will be 7 finishes, some crazy KO. And maybe Denis Ilbay and Vlado Lengal could be fight of the year. Maybe, I don't know. Denis is always boring, but probably this time.
Frage an Denis Ilbay. Sehen wir morgen einen Striking?
Question for Denis Ilbay. Are we going to see striking tomorrow, or is there going to be a complex MMA fight? Well, hi everyone. It's a good question. I get that a lot. So, you know my style. When you know me, you know that I go forward. I'm ready for anything. As I've said in multiple interviews, I'm a complete and complex fighter. I'm well prepared and ready for everything. Question for Kerim. Kerim, if you're going to win tomorrow, and you'll see further in the future, who do you want to fight in the finale of Gamechanger, and would you like to have a title fight and risk it? Well, the title is not necessarily something to do with the Gamechanger. There's amazing names, for example, Matej Peña, so I can't give you one name. It's amazing, but all of them are amazing fighters, so we'll see.
Hallo, Sino Hunter Talk. Erste Frage für Kerim Engizek.
The first question for Kerim Engizek. Kerim, how do you feel now? How do you feel about the short-term change, last-minute change? How did you feel when you found out? What does it mean for your preparation? Well, it had a huge impact. I had to completely change my mindset. He has a different style completely. I think that that he has, some more weapons compared to the previous opponent, but I think that I'm ready for anything. It was complicated. I was a bit mad about it because there were some things that happened that shouldn't have happened, but we found a solution. We will see, and we will see what happens tomorrow, and, show must go on. Does it also mean that you had to change your game plan with your team? Well, what should I change in one day? That's not possible. You can't even keep training or inventing something new. Well, I'll just go in there, show my fight. I think that I'm a great fighter, so I think it's going to be okay, and I'll find some of his weaknesses. I can fight him anywhere, so we will see how I will do it tomorrow. Kerim, you became a champion, you reached your goal, and now you will have to defend your title. What do you think? No, I'm not going to defend my title. Game Changer and title fights are something different. So now I focus on Game Changer. It's got nothing to do with the title. Dennis Ilbay, the next question. How does it feel for you? Because we've seen in the media, about Max Holzer who challenged you, but now you're fighting someone else. So how does it feel to fight someone like that in the future? Do you think about that? Do you think about this huge fight that you could have? Well, any fight with me is or can be a huge fight. But we've seen it on social media. I talked about Holzer there, so we will see what happens. It's definitely not in my hands, or not entirely. A question for David Zavada. In the last match, you had a leg lock or a heel hook, so I think that was the finish. Is that your thing? Can we see it again? Yeah, I think it was the second to last match, because the last match, I actually lost that match. It was about a year ago, but it wasn't like an emergency solution. It was something that I just, managed to do. It was a good moment, and I managed it well. Again, a question for Dennis Ilbay. You said you worked on your weapons, on your strength, and you tried to get rid of your weaknesses and to get better. You've turned 30, you have a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu, so congrats for that. And I hope that I can also tell you happy birthday. Tell us, what are you going to do tomorrow? What's your plan? Thanks, thank you. Well, I don't want to talk about me turning 30. We can talk about the blue belt. Well, my preparation was very intense. Well, sometimes, you've heard it here, my fights can be a bit maybe boring, but tomorrow it's not going to be boring, definitely. I have my style, my opponent has my style, and the one that finds the other's weaknesses will win. Those who know me know that my fights are amazing, are great, so it could be the fight of the year. It could be the fight of the evening, performance of the evening. So I'm ready for anything. I'm here to deliver a great performance, and you will see tomorrow. English or? Vladimir Lengal, the next question. Dennis said that you could have a fight of the year tomorrow. So what are you doing to make it the fight of the year, to make it so great? Hi everyone. I wanted to speak English, but I was told it would be better to speak in Czech, so I will speak Czech. For me, it's similar. I'm a boxer, so I always go with the fight, I go with the flow, and when I feel like it, I want to finish every time. That's just how I fight. I think the fight will get to the top before the finish, and I will just, go for the win. Thanks. The next question for Matej Peňas. You haven't fought for a year. I know that exactly. The last time was a year ago. But what changed over the course of the year? What did you improve? Your opponent is very dangerous. He won against many great opponents. So how did you prepare? I'll also reply in Czech. Yeah, I haven't had a fight in a year, but to be honest, I haven't changed my preparation. I feel like the preparation is always important. It's always been high quality. I was in Sweden, I went back to Czechia. I had a training camp with Jirka Procházka. We helped each other, so that was in the beginning of my sharp preparation period. So it was timed well. I had a complex preparation to fight David Zavada. I know he's a dangerous opponent. I respect him a lot. He won against huge and amazing fighters. So it's a great challenge for me. It's something that motivates me. So I'm really excited about tomorrow, and I'll do anything to win tomorrow. Thank you. David, what do you say? What could you reply? I know that you haven't had exactly a winning streak. People say that you're maybe in a rough patch now. So how did you prepare for tomorrow? What's your mindset for tomorrow? Matěj Peňa said that he's ready. So how about you? Well, people say what they do, what they say. You know, people remember my last match, which, to be honest, sucked. People will always speak about the last match. I think it can be good for me because I am being underestimated, but I know that Matěj isn't underestimating me. He knows that I'm very dangerous. He studied my fighting style and he knows my weaknesses, but I know his weaknesses. I also don't take this lightly. I'm not underestimating him, and I know that I have to get ready for him. He's also got some great fights. He won in Glory or Muay Thai, and he's a great striker. But I know that I can find a solution to any situation. Matěj is really tall, he's got a long reach. And from my experience, that isn't everything. I think that I can win. I think that it will be a long fight, a long evening, but I will do everything in my power to win. A question for Lom Alieskiev. You also got a last-minute, short-notice opponent. How did you prepare for tomorrow? You didn't have much time to change your mindset, to change your game plan. You can't change that much in one day, so what do you expect? Well, what do I expect? I think it's going to be a tough fight. They told me, you know, this is going to be your opponent, and I accepted. Then I looked at his matches, and he, I have to say, is a strong opponent. The last time he fought was last week. I think he has nothing to lose, and that it can be very dangerous. He will give it his all, but I believe that I will manage, I will win. A question for Kerim. Today, your weight-in was a bit later than the other fighters. Why was that? What were the negotiations? Why? I just slept in. I overslept. That's so simple. But luckily I made weight, so nothing serious happened.
You said that your opponent has nothing to lose. Does it make it harder on you because you have to deliver a great fight? I think that I'm able to adjust to pressure well, and I can manage to live with it. But you know that I'm also not an easy guy to beat. So, if he wants to take me on in Düsseldorf, he has to have God on his side. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Question for Dennis Ilbay.
Ich weiß nicht, die
We
Fragen
saw the
nerven dich.
drama that you got into with Max
Aber
Holzer.
würdest du sagen, dass das Ganze für dich
We
irgendwie
know that you
mental
think
jetzt
the
einen Einfluss hat
questions
auf den
about it are
Kampf,
crap,
weil du den Kampf
but
gewinnen musst und
does
damit
it
sich
take a
bestimmte
toll on
Leute
you
nicht irgendwie
mentally?
lächerlich machen oder sonst was?
Does it take a
Also in
toll
erster
on
Linie muss ich gar
your mental
nichts.
state for
Ich
the
muss
fight
morgens
today,
aufstehen,
tomorrow?
meine Zähne putzen, meine Kinder in die Kita fahren.
No, not really. I have to
und
get up
mein
tomorrow. I
Training
have to brush my
absolvieren.
teeth. That's
Ob
what
ich
I
gewinne
know.
oder verliere,
I
wie
have
gesagt, wir sind
to
alles
train
nur
and
Menschen.
spend time with my
Wir gehen
kids.
hier rein, sind alle bestens vorbereitet.
Whether
ich glaube, hier
I
sitzt keiner
win
am
or
Tisch,
whether I
der
lose, we're just
keine
all
10
people
oder 12
here. We're just
wöchige
human,
Vorbereitung hinter sich
and
hat.
I'm as prepped
Und
as
aus
I can
diesem
be.
Grund, wie gesagt, ich habe eben schon was dazu gesagt, das Thema hat sich für mich erledigt. Ich habe
And
morgen
that's
auf
why
Deutsch
that
gesagt, ein anderes
topic
Problem.
is
Das
done
sitzt
for
da am
me.
anderen Ende vom Tisch. Und darum wird sich
I'm
erstmal
gonna have a
gekümmert
different
und alles
problem
weitere
tomorrow
sehen
than
wir
Max
dann.
Holzer, and he's sitting here at this table.
Frage an Kamil und
And
Nico.
we'll see the rest after.
Wie lange hast du gezögert, als du das Angebot
Question for
bekommen hast,
Kamil.
gegen den Champion Kerim
How
Engizek,
long
zu
did you
kämpfen?
hesitate for when you got the offer to face Engizek, the champion?
Hello everyone. If I coming to this place, I have another opponent, but after one guy suspended, and this Tipsport Gamechanger want me to main event, but this is like a champion, very good opponent, high level guy. I say okay, but start negotiation and talk with guy because you know I am good fighter. I want to win in my win streak. I take risk because change opponent, different style, and talk with big boss. One day, very hard night, talk with sauna everywhere, and have deal and have big fight. I think this is a good fight in Europe MMA.
Thank you. Vielleicht nochmal die Frage an Kerim. Islam Makhachev hat vor ein paar Wochen gesagt, ich bin ein Champion.
Question for
ein Champion muss jeden besiegen. Das
Kerim.
ist genau das
Islam
Mindset,
Makhachev
das
said
dem
a
du auch
few weeks
mitgegeben
ago
hast.
that I'm a champion and the champ has to take on everybody. Do you share this belief? I mentioned this in an interview with Mick Stanton. I have the same approach. That's also how I see it. And we're professionals. So, yeah. And yeah, I am mad that my opponent got changed, but what am I supposed to do? Cancel a fight in front of a
Erste
sold-out
Frage für
arena?
Dennis Ilbay. Dennis, deine Karriere und die von Wladimir Lengal sind sehr, sehr
Question
ähnlich.
for
Ihr seid
Dennis
beides
Ilbay.
Profiboxer,
Your
beides
career and the
Profi-Kickboxer.
career
Was
of
können wir
Vlado
morgen erwarten?
Lengal
Können wir wirklich morgen eine
are
Schlacht
very
erwarten,
similar.
wenn sie
You're
an
both
10 steht, oder,
kickboxers doing
wird
it on a
das ein
professional
Kampf sein, der
level.
von
So what can we
Technik und
expect
von
tomorrow? Is it going to be a
Weitblick geprägt sein wird?
kickboxing match or is it going to be a technical precision match?
Wie gesagt, das ist eine Sache, die kannst du nicht einfach so
As I've
hervorsagen.
said,
Ich kann jetzt hingehen und sagen,
there's no way to
ich werde
predict these
morgen
things.
versuchen nur auf einem Bein und
I
mit
can't
einem
just
Arm
come
gegen ihn
here
zu
and say
kämpfen,
I'll
dann
try
muss
to
ich
do
doch zwei
this and
Beine
that
und zwei
tomorrow.
Arme benutzen. Wie gesagt,
I
das
can't
ist
tell
der
you I'll
Sport,
be
es
using
kann
this
so
arm and
vieles
that leg.
passieren.
I'll
Er
have
ist
to use
auch
both of them and adjust
sag
to
ich
the
mal,
situation. That's
niemand,
sport.
der
That's just
hier
how it
sitzt
works.
am
You have
Tisch,
to adjust
weil
to
er
the
es nicht verdient hat.
situation.
Aus diesem Grund, wie gesagt, ich würde
He
morgen
deserves
einfach
to
nur
be
nicht
sitting
blind
here
sein.
at this table, of course.
Bleibt 3 mal 5 Minuten wach.
And I won't hesitate tomorrow when I'm making moves against him.
Augen
So
zu und dann
stay
kommt
up,
ihr alle auf eure
watch the fight, and don't blink.
Aus, dass wir 3 mal 5 Minuten sehen, oder?
And
Nein,
don't
ihr
worry,
sollt
you'll
einfach 3
love
mal
it.
5 Minuten aufpassen. Einfach da sein. Ne? Alles andere erledigen wir beide.
Vladimir, do you think
Will
that
it
the fight
be
will go
worth
3
the money? Yeah.
rounds and 5 minutes?
I don't have it, sorry.
Do you think that the round will go to the whole distance, or what do you think?
I will be. I hope my win. I will be. I will be. I will be for win tomorrow.
He will win on KO or TKO.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, brother.
Matej, next question for you. You are one of the highly ranked fighters in the Tipsport Gamechanger tournament, together with Kerim Engizek, so sitting next to him. What is your feeling about the whole tournament and maybe knowing that you will face Kerim Engizek in the later rounds?
I have very good feeling about this tournament. I think it's full of big names, exactly like Kerim or Jotko or Surdu. It's a lot of big names, David Zavada, and I'm looking forward. I'm excited because of that. I came to the tournament because of big names, and yeah, I want to compete with the best. I want to be the best. So I think this is exactly the way.
Letzte Frage für Kerim Engizek. Kerim, du kämpfst in Düsseldorf, deine Heimatstadt.
Last question for Kerim
was sind
Engizek.
vielleicht so letzte
You
Worte,
are
die du deinen
fighting at
Fans
home
und
this
Supportern
time.
mitgeben
What are your
möchtest?
last words before the fight that you want to tell your fans
Also, ich
before
freue
you
mich
go
riesig,
into
hier in
the
Düsseldorf zu
cage?
kämpfen. Direkt vor
I'm
meinem
looking
Auftritt in
forward
meinem
to it.
Wohnzimmer.
I'm very happy about being able
Wie
to
immer,
fight here in
actionreich,
Düsseldorf in
geile
my
Kämpfe.
living room, basically.
Und viel Spaß auf jeden Fall.
You can expect a great fight. And it'll be surely enjoyable.
Okay, if that's it, then finished. Okay. Thank you very much, and give us 2-3 minutes. We will put the table on the side and do the stare downs. Thank you, guys. Tomorrow on Octagon TV, RTL Plus.
So we are set and ready for the final face-offs ahead of OKTAGON 66 that goes down tomorrow night right here in Dusseldorf. Let's welcome first to the stage Daniele Mistelli. And her opponent, Sara Smajic. Opening the cards tomorrow night, our YouTube free prelim, Mistelli versus Smajic. Next up, let's welcome the debutante, Igzawi Gith, taking on Tamerlan Dulov. Tomorrow night, this goes down Igzawi Gith versus Tamerlan Dulov. Next up, we see Italy versus Germany. Let's welcome Rafael Frederico. And his opponent, Daniel Solaya. Rafael Federico versus Daniel Solaya tomorrow night, OKTAGON 66. Next up, Muay Thai versus K1. Let's welcome Jihad Akipa and Matusz K1 versus Muay Thai, Jihad Akipa, Matusz Kohut. Early predictions for fight of the year with this one. Let's welcome El Pistolero, Denis Ilbay. And Vladimir Vlado Lengal. Ilbay versus Vlado Lengal tomorrow night. Showing off that Titan, love it. Next up, we kick off the Tipsport Gamechanger Season 3. Welcome, David Zavada. And Mate Mane Peñas. Germany versus the Czech Republic in the biggest prize pot in European MMA, the Tipsport Gamechanger. Next up, our co-main event. Stepping in on short notice, Vanderlei Jr. Taking on Lom Ali Eskiev. One more time for both these fighters. Vanderlei Jr., Lom Ali Eskiev. And then our main event of the evening, the Tipsport Gamechanger main event. Let's welcome from Poland, Kamil Oniszczuk. Taking on Karim Engizeg. Poland versus Turkey tomorrow night. Our main event, Octagon 66, right here in Dusseldorf. Kamil Oniszczuk versus Kerim Engizek. One last question for both these fighters. I'll do Kamil first. Kamil, hello, my friend. I remember you very well. I'm excited to see you debut in Octagon tomorrow night. It's been a crazy 24 hours, but that is the task ahead of you. Give us your predictions for the fight.
Hello, everyone. He's good opponent, but I never chose opponent. I fight with the best guy in Bellator. You see my knockout in ACA. Tomorrow I go win, no go for money. Give good fight, brother.
There we go. And let's one last word with, give it one more time, Kamil Oniszczuk and Kerim Engizek. A roller coaster over 24 hours, but tomorrow night it is business as usual. You are stepping in the cage. You are the Octagon champion, but tomorrow night you will take the first steps into this tournament. What does it feel like to have this kind of support behind you, and what's your prediction for how you'll finish the fight?
My prediction is I will knock him out. That's my prediction for this fight. I'm very grateful for the situation here in my hometown, Düsseldorf. Everybody knows me for a good fight, and tomorrow you will see.
Well, Dusseldorf is waiting for you tomorrow, my friend. We're very excited. Give it one more time. Kerim Engizek. Tomorrow night it all goes down. Octagon 66 at the PSD Bank Dome Arena. You can tune in live on RTL Plus or Octagon TV. We will see you there.